जय श्री माता जी। हम सभी परम पूज्य श्री माता जी के श्री चरणों में प्रणाम करके अपनी कुंडलिनी उठाकर वंदन लेंगे। तीन महामंत्र और श्री गणेश मंत्र। इसी ध्यान की स्थिति में अब हम सभी परम पूज्य श्री माता जी के अमृत वाणी को सुनेंगे।
With today's vibrations, you can see when you are prepared for a puja, with today's vibrations, you can see when you are prepared for a puja, how much you get. Today you can feel. So the divine is very anxious to act. Only thing you have to prepare yourself. And all these preparations are going to help you tremendously. As we are now Sahajogis, we have to know that we have become something different from what we were. We are yogis, we are higher people than others. And as such, we have to understand one thing, that we are not like other human beings. who say something and do something, who can live with hypocrisy. That's why all the problems have arisen out of all the religions. A person who says he is a Christian, he is absolutely antichrist. Who says who is Islamic, he is absolutely anti-Muhammad. Who says who is a Hindu, he is absolutely anti-Shri Krishna. This is the main reason why all the religions have failed so far. Because human beings talk big of ideals. They all say that we have this ideal, that ideal. But they are not those ideals. They cannot live with those ideals. The ideals are not in their lives. They are outside. But they go about saying that these are our ideals. They become fanatics. But they are not the ideals. By Sahaja Yoga now you have the method, you have the possibility that you can become the ideals. The ideal has to first to be understood through your brains, in the West especially. What are the ideals we have become or we have to become? What we can achieve? This idea you must have. And secondly, you must have a capacity to deepen your meditative power so that these ideals go and settle in your heart as a part and parcel of your being. That you can't live without these ideals. We can take an example, say, of Christ. For Christ, he and his ideals were the same. There's no difference between the two. He did not talk of one thing, did another thing and executed the third thing. This will be the difference between the Sahajogis and non-Sahajogis. That whatever are your ideals have to be expressed in your life every moment because you are that. If you are gold, then gold is gold all the time. It is not gold sometimes, then sometimes iron and sometimes mud. It is gold all the time. Only human beings are like that. That sometimes they can be snakes, lions, and could be foxes also. But as Sahajogis, you become pure human beings. And this is what we have to know. It is not difficult to strive for it. It's not difficult. Because now you have the power to deepen your roots to your heart. So, the brain must be used to understand clearly what are the ideals of a Sahajogi. What are the things that a Sahajogi should do. How he should behave in life. What methods he should follow. And then he has to bring it to his heart through meditative processes, through surrendering. How I give you second birth, you know very well. I conceive you in my heart. Otherwise I cannot do it. Because my heart is so pure, it cleanses you. My compassion, my love cleanses you. And then I can take you out of my sasrara. Otherwise, how will I do that? And when that has happened, you have become a new personality. So you are very different from all others. Because a spirit has given birth to your spirit. You have been cleansed by the spirit. So you cannot live like that, like all other human beings are living. All the clashes, all the problems of human beings are because they are not what they talk. Ideals are out of their life. That is how a Sahajogi will show himself up compared to anybody else. Take an example, say, of Abraham Lincoln. Alright? Abraham Lincoln believed that everybody must have freedom and the government should be for the public, for the people. Whatever he taught, he practiced it. Whatever he believed in, he worked it out. Gave his life for it. That's why he's a great man. Think of Mahatma Gandhi. They were not like Christ incarnations. Think of any great man. Think of Shivaji Maharaj. Any one of the saints. They were human beings. But once they knew this is the principle on which we have to live, they become one with the principles. They do not compromise. So what Sahajogi has to be, that we should understand. A Sahajogi is a person who has got realization through the Kundalini. And Kundalini is the motherhood in you. Is the caring, nourishing power. But mother will never compromise with the son. If he wants to kill somebody, she'll say no. I mean a real mother. She will even shoot that son who tries to do wrong things. In the same way, if you become the mother of yourself, then you have to look after yourself in the same manner that you nourish yourself. And all others also. You have to nourish them, care for them, and do not compromise with wrongdoings, unrighteous things, absurd things. Now, when I tell you this, it is not necessary for you to feel guilty. We have to look upward. Those who are standing even on a lower staircase, if they are looking upward, they are all right. But those who are standing at a higher steps and looking downward will go down. So look forward. What we have to do in our day-to-day life, in simple relationships, even husband, wife, children, parents. Are you becoming silent within yourself? Are you nourishing it with your silence, with your compassion? Or you are supporting something that is absolutely anti-God? If you become the ideals, the power of ideals itself will make you so dynamic that you don't need to consult anybody. You become the ideal. They are like torches. Your ideals itself will be enlightened. So the first attitude should be, how do we deepen ourselves? That should be first attitude. Now say a husband and wife are quarreling morning till evening. They cannot be Sahajogis. Absurdities. If they are quarreling, they are not Sahajogis. Take it for granted. Now what you have to do if two persons are quarreling? The one who is a Sahajogi will leave that wife. I have nothing to do with wife, I have no wife, nothing. Keep out. Detach completely from it. Just don't talk to that wife. Don't discuss, don't bother about it, just detach. If the son is like that, just detach. Up to a point. But no quarreling, no argument, nothing. Complete silence. A silent protest must be developed. But in that silence, you should not be a cowardly person. So many people are cowards. And that cowardliness they think is their silent pose. A person who is really powerful will not deter, will not be aggressive, but will not also take aggression. So in your meditations, you have to sit down. Now what do you say in meditation? Try to see all the chakras. What chakras are catching? Face it yourself. These might be from your past life. Some chakras are weak. Try to make them all right. Try to strengthen them. Because ideals have to be worked out, the instrument has to be all right. If the instrument is a crazy one, how will you do? So first of all, you must develop your instrument properly. It should be balanced, powerful, not cowardly. People should feel your power. Of course, the power is of love, but love doesn't mean that you compromise with all the nonsensical things. There should be no compromise at all. It's a very self-certifying state. You cannot say when it is so. You just cannot say. Itself, the state will certify that I am all right now. I have reached that state. You cannot say after 5 hours, 3 minutes, 2 seconds, you will become that. You just mature and you see that maturity within you. Once you understand that unless and until you become your ideals, you are not a Sahajogi. Everybody can call themselves Sahajogi. There's no inauguration. We don't have any sort of a inauguration of a university where people can come and get their degrees and diplomas. All right, you are certified twice born. There are some who are several times twice born. They are twice born today, tomorrow they are not. Then again they come twice born, again twice born. Some of them can be 108 times twice born in surgery. And even then they are not certified. So you have to give yourself a certificate. There is no university to do that. You have to understand yourself. What are your problems? Why you are behaving like that? You treat yourself as a child. When it is needed, you have to rebuke yourself. When you have to glorify, you should glorify yourself. So now you separate. You become the mother, the spirit is the mother, and you, whatever you are, which has to grow, is the child. Mother is the ideal. She is the inspiration. She is the power. And the child is the recipient. If the child is an obstinate fellow, then you can't do anything about it. Also find out. You might be one of them. I know who are they like that. There are many. And you can find them out in no time. Obstinate fellows, if they live with 10 people, suddenly we hear reports of their existence. They are quite eloquent. Even if they are not talking a word, people can tell you, I had a fight with such and such. That person said such and such thing to me. That person was so cruel to me. That person demanded this. You know which person it is, where. You see, as diamond can be made out, thorns can be made out also anytime you go near the thorn, anyone. Without exception, it will bite everyone. It is not going to spare, it's a thorn. So thorn has to be a thorn. But if you are a Sahajogi, you have to be a flower. And a strong flower. and an eternal flower that always grows, does not fade. Always growing, never fades. Such a flower you have to be. Then you will be surprised that you do not get into a trip of ego, neither you go into a complete collapse of super-ego. So much you know that any one of you can be called as a scholar, I can tell you. I mean, so many times people have asked me, are they all scholars that you have your disciples? You know so much, much more than any saint ever knew, I can assure. But you know only in the brain, outside. It's all blah blah blah. It comes to the brain, you use it to show off to others, and finished. It doesn't even settle down there. Then how will it go to the heart? So everybody is talking big. They can impress people. I mean, if some journalists come here, they'll be so impressed by the Sahajogis. So many wise men in England sitting down here. But you laugh at yourself. You have known all this because I've been speaking too much. Also, the spirit is shining. Let your spirit shine in such a way that people know this is a man who's completely integrated. The spirit, the talk, the behavior, the life itself is completely integrated. And this is what is Sahasrara. So if there is no integration, you have not achieved your Sahasrara. There will be no need to pull your ears. A day should come when you all will raise your heads with great pride and glory. Because your ideals will shine like ornaments. I want to say those days when all those who claim to be Sahajogis become that. That's the most important thing. All other things are useless. Getting an ashram, getting this, doing that. Forget it. What you have to manage is this child which has to grow, who is still naughty, sometimes tries to misbehave. Now put it right. You give it a name. You call yourself a Sahajogi, and that child as Mr. X, Mr. Y, whatever your name has been, and always try to tell, now will you behave yourself? Get up in the morning, have your bath, sit down for meditation. When you feel lazy, the child says, I can't, then you accept the child. Then the child will become the mother and you will be losing your powers. Excuses. The child knows, very intelligent, it's a very clever child, extremely intelligent, knows how to deceive you. But the child also knows innately what it needs. If it comes to know that the mother in you has developed that personality, then it accepts mother's personality. But if the child knows the mother herself is weak, then he starts taking advantage of the mother. So you have to not fight yourself, but to tame. And this is very easy. You start enjoying it, looking at yourself. Oh, Mr. So and so. Then you won't be angry. I know how to handle you. You are hiding behind there, alright? Giving excuses. And the child grows big. So big that mother sees that and is amazed. Like in Sri Krishna's childhood, the mother was Yashoda and the child was Sri Krishna. It's very symbolic. And he used to play very naughty tricks. And she said, you went and ate that mud from there. I know you have eaten. He said, how can I eat? How can I can't even go out of the house. I'm sitting down here. Where is the mud? How can I eat? You did eat. I know you have eaten. So, better show me your mouth. He says, really? And then the mouth opens and the complete Vishwaswarupa. Complete vision of the whole Vishwa she sees. And the mother falls at his feet. That's what it should be. This mother has to fall at the feet of the child that has grown. Very symbolic. That is how you have to grow into that Vishwaswarupa, into that collective being, into that Virata. Arjuna and Shri Krishna is another very good symbolic thing. Arjuna was a friend, used to take liberties with Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna tried to tell him about Gita, all these things. But still, Shri Krishna could not convince him of that. All these were just outside, blah blah blahs. As mother talks are very entertaining, very humorous, nice to hear them. Instead of listening to any music, better to hear mother's talks. And then the people think, if they are listening to mother, they have become mother already. That's what happened to Arjuna also. But still, he found out that there is something lacking in him. That he has not become the ideal. Still his attention is not there as it should have been. So he asked Shri Krishna, I think I'll see your great image. Krishna said, alright, are you prepared? He said, yes, I am prepared. And then he became the Virata, the vision of the Virata. And when he saw it, he said, stop it, it's too much for me. That's what should happen to your friend who is this child. That it should become that Virat. When you see that, you should be amazed at yourself, oh God, I have grown like this. Just like Yashoda falling at the feet of the little child. You have to fall at the feet of the child that is within. I'm sure this will happen now. So remember that no argument, no explanation. Mother is forgiving. She'll forgive you everything. You know that. Anything you do, I'll forgive you. Even if you murder me, I'll forgive you. But you won't be able to forgive yourself. So allow that child to grow. Grow fully. Who are the children crying like this? Why are they crying? Which child is that? Huh? Aarti has a problem. Take Aarti out. You must clear her. She has had problems for so many days. You must clear that child. Take her out for a while. Still screaming. Better take her out. You must look after them and find out what's wrong with your children if they are crying. I know what are the children still not all right. Just don't pamper their ego. Work it out. Clear them out. It's important. Don't want to be bhutish. All their lives they'll be bhutish like this. I've seen many children who are like this. They see me, they cry, weep, shout. It's not a sign of a healthy child. Bridget's son would not even look at me. He used to scream and shout. Now look at him, how nice he's become. So any child who is like that, you don't say that, don't avoid the topic. Look after that child. Put him right. You have to see that the child is alright. As you have to put your child alright, also put the child which is really your son. And do not live with that kind of a misunderstanding. If a child cries like that, there's something wrong with the child. They are singled out. If you find your attention is going here and there, if you are not attentive in the program, something wrong with you also. If you go off to sleep, something very seriously wrong with you. At that time, if you are thinking of other things, then something wrong with you. You get headaches, something wrong with you. Judge yourself. Clear out. You must clear out. That's very important. If you are still getting into tempers, irritation, anger, there's no balance that has come in you, something wrong with you. If you know how to control your anger, then it's all right. You will find out everywhere how negativity works, in small things. Everybody is improving, but it's rather slow. It can be very fast if you meditate. That's very important. You have to know how to make your chakras all right. Your mantras are to be seen. Mantras are to be such that they should not be mechanical. Just saying something mechanically, you should see it from your heart. Again, if you do not say mantras through your heart, mantra is not siddha. Means you may go on saying 100 times, it will have no effect. Siddha mantra is that you say that, it has an effect. It works. If it does not work, then your mantra has no meaning. So the development has to be within and without, and you have to certify yourself. Nobody else going to certify. If you want to give yourself a false certificate, go ahead. If you want to cheat yourself, go ahead. It's not going to help anyone. But if you want to really have the joy and the bliss of the grace of Heavenly Father, then come out of it. Many misidentifications that are there have to be given up to enjoy that beauty. It's such a great day today to meet you all. Today is a day we celebrate in India, where relationship between brothers and sisters are to be established. It's very pure. Brothers and sisters relationship is without any lust or greed. It's pure relationship, where the sister prays for the protection of the brother, and brother prays for the self-sufficiency of the kshema, well-being of the sister. So this time you have to think of your other Sahajoginis and Sahajogis who are like your brothers and sisters. You have to think like that. Purify your hearts. It's something funny in these countries, you know that. There's no such relationship exists. Purify your mind today on that point. That everybody else is my brother or sister. If you are married, it's alright. But look at everyone, try to look at everyone as a brother and a sister. Both relationships don't exist. This is a funny country where there is no relationship which is pure. It's such a filth title. If you read them, you can't believe it. Such perversion. especially innocent people like children are attacked. Think of them as virgins. Be careful. And the young girls should know that they are virgins. If they go about with boys and they are Sahajogis, they are not. Sahajoginis have to be chaste women, powerful. Chastity is their power, and men too. After Sahajoga, men should become conscious of their chastity. That is their power too. You see, this was nomadic time when the men used to go for hunting and women used to cook in the house. Men were supposed to have 5 women. They were nomadic people. Then they became sophisticated. Then the monogamy started, which reached a certain point. Then again this kind of an abandoned life started. This is nomadic life. Now women also have become nomadic. Men and women are all nomadic and primitive. After sophistication they have become primitive. This is the problem is. But now you have to become higher beings where there are pure relationships. Any relationship, supposing there was something in between me and this instrument, we cannot use it. Any connection can be cut off if there is something in between. To have the best connection is to have pure relationships. And it should be discretionary. Mother is a mother, father is a father, sister is a sister, brother is a brother. All these are different various types of relationships should be understood. Women must understand they are women and men must understand they are men. Also relationship to yourself is very important. Women should not try to be men, we cannot be. And men should not try to be women. It's wrong because basically they are different people. They are born differently. What is the difference? A man is more meticulous, he knows more about machines, details about it. A woman will see the pattern. Woman will listen to the tune more. Man will be singing to the instruments. That's the nature. God has created you. After all, somebody has to see this and somebody has to see that. Both are beautiful. Nobody is higher or lower. But enjoy yourself as being a woman, enjoy yourself as being a man. But man does not mean that you aggress women, thinking stupidly that you are higher than women in evolution. Or women dominating men, thinking that by dominating them they can put them right. They have never put them right by that. They have gone absolutely cabbages. Men have become cabbages. Wherever women dominate, men become cabbages. They have not put them right. So both the qualities must be nourished and developed, and the relationship between man and woman should be of pure love, pure love. Once you start purifying yourself, these things will automatically work out. And you'll respect each other. Actually, you are all yogis. I have to respect you. And you have to respect each other. On the contrary, I find there is no respect. You are all great saints. Yes, you are. Respect. Respect each other. You are not to talk harshly to anyone, to trouble anyone. Try to do as much as possible for others. This is the way we have to change. This is no brand of any culture. Is the culture of God we are talking about. It is the culture of His kingdom, where we give others, enjoy giving, doing for others, loving others, caring for others, without any return. If you little bit help yourself, the divine is very anxious. You have seen today the vibrations are so much that really I am finding it difficult even to talk. Sucking, it's going on. Just a little thing you did yesterday or this morning. Tremendous vibrations are there. And you will be thrown into that. You blossom into something. Just pay attention to yourself. And first and foremost, respect yourself, because you are a yogi. You cannot be indignified. You cannot be stupid. You cannot be high-handed. You cannot be dishonest. You have to be a sweet, matured personality, because you are a yogi. I mean, you should call yourself Yogi XYZ. Should. You are. But calling yogi and fighting and pulling each other's hair, then I would say it's better not call. Try to get rid of your problems, which are very simple. If you cannot tell me, I will tell you how to get rid of it. Face them up. May God bless you all. Now today we will not have any havan, that we have decided, because in the Diwali there is no need to have any havan. But we will have just the puja. Now today is the puja. As you know, there are 5 days they celebrate it. The first day is the 13th day, where it is the Graha Lakshmi's day. Is the Graha Lakshmi's day. That is the day when the Graha Lakshmi is worshipped. But the Graha Lakshmi has to be worthy of the worship. And then some utensil is given to the Graha Lakshmi. Some sort of an utensil is to be given to the Graha Lakshmi as a present. That is the day Lakshmi was born. Lakshmi was born out of the Mother Earth. Out of the, we should say, Mother Earth, but she came out of the sea after the journey. So that is the birth of the Lakshmi. She is the giver of wealth. Wealth, which is material as well as spiritual. A wife who says that, all right, you save all the money, teaches the children to be selfish, and teaches the husband to be selfish, to save all the money in the bank and not to be charitable, is not a Lakshmi. She is the one who teaches you how to be charitable, how to give to others. A woman who is very particular about her money and bank balances is not a Lakshmi at all. She has to spend. She is there to spend. Man has to preserve his money, but the woman has to spend. He has to earn or she has to spend. But rightly, spend it rightly. Not only for herself, but for the family, but for the husband. She thinks, what should I buy? For my husband, for my children, for other Sahajogis, for other people, all her job. The husband earns and gives it to her, and she does that. It's a very sweet distribution of food. So that's the day of the Graha Lakshmi when she is born. She must have these qualities. If she is a miserly, calculating type of a woman, she is not a woman at all to begin with. If she is worried about her own clothes and her own comforts and her own things, then she is not a Graha Lakshmi. She makes others work and sit down herself and orders about, she is not a Graha Lakshmi. She has to work for others. She has to do for others. She has to look after. That's the 13th day. Then the 14th day is the day when Narakasura was killed. You know, Narakasura has taken his birth. And he is to be killed. His Sahajogis are going to kill him. You have to come up to a point and definitely he can be killed. When Kartikeya is awakened within you, he can be killed. But for that, You have to be just like gold, untarnishable. You need strong people to do that. A sword that can kill him has to come out of your metals. Then Narakasura can be killed. He is one of the worst possible asura. That is the 14th day. When he was killed, the gate of hell was opened and all those were his disciples or his followers or satanic people were put. That's the only day you can sleep late. And I have good news for you. Then the 15th day is the darkest night which we had. Darkest night. That is the night when you put the lights on. Because it is the darkest night, the negative forces can walk in. So the lights are put because Lakshmi can come in. You'll be surprised how Lakshmi ji is, that if a bottle of wine enters from one end, she disappears from another. If there is a lady, she is bhutish, in the family they can never have the enjoyment of Lakshmi. The Lakshmi ji runs away from them. They may have money, but they cannot enjoy. The Lakshmi ji will run away. Such a person will be so inauspicious, I tell you. Supposing you want to, say, buy something, and such a bhutish person telephones to you, cannot get it. Finished. First of all, your ears will be finished with the poison. And then whatever work you are doing, you will never be successful. Now in this country is so full of such bhutish women, Lakshmis. I don't know how will they become all right. The women have to decide to get rid of their boots and not to carry on with them. They must meditate, they must try. If they feel sleepy, they must go and have a bath. Or twice, thrice. Sometimes burn yourself a little bit, doesn't matter. See to it that you don't feel sleepy and dreamy. If you are dreamy by nature, then you are bhutish. That's the responsibility of women, to keep the Lakshmi intact. So that's the Lakshmi day when we say that Lakshmi Pujan takes place, because that is the day you invite the Lakshmi to come. The Raja Lakshmi. The Lakshmi by which you become the king of the family or the royal benevolence, you can call it, the regal feeling in the family. That is the day. Then comes the day, next to that is the first of the month, that is the calendar. My forefathers, because you are all my children, you have to use the same calendar, Shalivana's calendar. And that is the first day of the Shalivana's calendar. And what do they do in the morning time to celebrate it? They take one of these jars, Aquarius, and put a shawl with it. And that is put as a flag, representing the Aquarius and the shawl of the mother. That's why they are called as Shalivahan, the ones who carry the shawls of the mother, carriers of the shawls of the mother. That's how they put it up. The shawl, on top of is the Aquarius. This should be actually the flag of the Sahajogis. That you make it the Aquarius, or we can say the jar. What do you call that? Pitcher. Pitcher. Or not pitcher, but this lota business. See what you call that. There's nothing used like this here. That one is to kumbha. We can call it kumbha. And the shawl there. So they put it up. That's why it's called as Gudi Padwa. Padwa means the first day of the moon is Padwa. Gudi means this. So they put it up, and that is how they say that today is the New Year day for the Shalivahanas. Shawl is the covering of your mother, which gives it warmth, and also covers her modesty. Shawl is a sign of regality and modesty and chastity. So you stand for that of your mother. You protect it like Ganesha does. Only on one point he gets angry. If anybody says or does anything against the mother, then he comes down. That's why Christ has said, anything against me I'll tolerate, but anything against the Holy Ghost will not be forgiven. That's the son talking about the mother. That's what happens. So today is the second day. Second day is the Bija. We call it the Bhaiya Dvija or Bhav Bees. Is the day when the brother and the sister, who are the seeds of one tree, have that pure exchange of affection. The sister does the arti of the brother, gives him a tika, and then brother gives her something as a token of his love, as a present. In Bombay, we started that, and they have made sisters and brothers. I wish you also could find out somebody as a nice brother. But I found that these relationships have been so beautifully managed in India that if they could be managed here, it will be a great day of really ecstasy for me. Because that means you have overcome this devil of immorality, the purity, removing the lust and greed from your mind completely, and bestowing that affection for someone who is your sister. Very common in India, everybody has a sister there. All the Sajogis have a sister and they look after the sister there. It's a very sweet feeling. And a sister is treated like Raulbai is a sister of Dumal. You can imagine. And the sister is treated with the same grace as the own sister is to be treated, with all the relationships and everything. So this is the fifth day, is Dvija. So from 13th to the 5th day they celebrate Diwali. For us Diwali has a very great significance. That is, from one light, many lights are awakened and they are put in a line. So they are called as Diwali, means the lights put in a line. So when you hold my hands together, all of us, through that the energy passes. And the enlightened rasa is established, and the whole world has to become that beautiful dream of your mother, where nothing but the bliss of your father and his enjoyment. When he sees his own creation dancing in that ocean of bliss. May God bless.
अब हम सब मिलकर परम पूज्य श्री माता जी की आरती करेंगे।
सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जग में संकट कारण कितने लिए अवतार माँ, कितने लिए अवतार। विश्व में तेरी महिमा, विश्व में तेरी महिमा। तू गंगा यमुना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जो भी शरण में आया सुख ही मिला उसको माँ, सुख ही मिला उसको। बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ, बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ, लौट के ना जाना माँ, सब सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। मानव में अवतर के कर दिया उजियारा, माँ कर दिया उजियारा। कलियुग में माया है, कलियुग में माया है, फिर भी पहचाना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। संत जनों की धरती है भारत माता, माँ है भारत माता। इस धरती पर आकर, इस धरती पर आकर, दुख से दूर करना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जब दिल में आए तब मधुर संगीत सुन लो, माँ मधुर संगीत सुन लो। हो सके जो सेवा, हो सके जो सेवा, हमसे करा लेना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी सरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदि शक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माता जी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। बोलो श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देवी की जय।
This is Mishra Pilu, which is another beautiful raga, but it can go into different shores. As the sea, the ocean, touches many shores, making different kinds of melodies, this spreads like a ocean into different shores. As we are here from different shores, he will try to build that up in his melody. May God bless.